Hi, my name is DelmarshaeWalker. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing great today. What I want to talk about is choices and freedom to choose basically your own destiny, or to kind of choose what direction that you want your life to go in. First subject I want to talk about is three different topics, but they all relate. They're different, but they're basically all the same. The first one is when the vaccine came out. A lot of people were saying, forced vaccination. They wanted everyone to be vaccinated, but all the information wasn't being given, truthful information, honest information, and all information wasn't being given. And the people that held back on that, saying, it's my choice to decide what goes in my body and what doesn't go in my body. A lot of people victimize those people. A lot of people try to make them seem like they're the reason that the pandemic was still raging. Because if they to get vaccinated, they wouldn't have, all of a sudden the virus would just leave. But like I said, it was a lot of misinformation and a lot of information that wasn't put out there. So if you're going to put something in your body, how can you truly make an informed choice if you don't have all the information? So, I believe in freedom of choice, and I felt that it was wrong that they was trying to mandate everyone to get vaccinated. And then the second thing to that, some people were speaking about a vaccine passport. If you want to go travel, if you want to go to certain restaurants, hotel, you had to show some type of documentation showing that you have been vaccinated. That's the first topic I want to touch on. The second one is what's going on now with Roe versus Wade, and women, having the freedom to get an abortion or not to get an abortion. Being a Christian, once again, I still have that same stance that I feel that it's an individual person's decision if they want to get an abortion or not. And the reason, and then also with that, make sure that the person who's choosing whichever direction they go in, that they're getting all the information that they need to make the right choice for them, for their situation. Even if abortion becomes 100% illegal in the United States, that's not going to stop women from killing babies if they don't want to have that baby. And yes, abortion is killing, is taking of a life. It is ending the life of an unborn child. The child is human. The child is growing in the uterus. Is just an unborn child. It just hasn't made it into the world as of yet. Because when you look back in history, you would see that women have drunken concoctions that someone told them, if you drink this, it will cause you to have an abortion. Some women would literally throw themselves down a flight of stairs in hopes that they will end up miscarrying the child. If you look back in slavery time, sometimes the wife was messing with the slaves, and she might come out with a baby that's darker than her husband. And she knew if her husband found out she, cheated on him with the slave, what would happen. Even though the husband was going out there producing kids, with the women, the wife couldn't do the same thing. And so during that time period, what would happen a lot of times to those babies, they would be given the birth. The man would be in the next room. He would never be in the room with his wife. And when the baby came out and they seen that the baby did not look like the husband, he came out with a tan. So sometimes what they would do is actually kill that baby in that instance before they, and then they would just tell the husband that it was stillborn. And, he would be no wiser. And back then it wasn't about, oh, let me see the baby, let me spend time with the baby before you bury the baby. They would just go right ahead, cover it up, and get rid of the child. So, or they would just go as time went on, there were people performing illegal abortion, which could sometimes cause the women to die because they bled to death, or they ended up with blood clots. Like I said, all the information should be given so each individual can make an informed decision based on what they feel is best for them. And my stance on why I feel that freedom of choice is very important is, one, that God gave it to us. He gave us the freedom to choose. And two, if you ever had, if you, being in America, we are blessed. We take our blessings for granted, but we are we are blessed because we do have that freedom to choose. The third topic is, if you look at what's going on with China, they're trying to come up with technology. If you ever seen the movie with Tom Cruise called Minority Report, they had this thing called pre-crime, and they was able to detect if an individual was going to commit murder or commit some type of crime before they did it. And once that detection was made, they went and arrested the person, even though at that very moment that person was innocent. But they're saying in the future, whether it be a day, a week, or a month, you're going to commit a crime. So in order to stop this crime from happening, we need to go ahead and take you off the streets now. China is trying to come up with something like that for its citizens. So just imagine now, it's one thing to say you can't go here or you can't go there. But China is taking it a step further by saying you can't have certain thoughts. They're trying to control the thoughts of their citizens. If they can detect their citizen thinking something that they do not like, they can go get that person, arrest that person, and God knows what's going to happen with that person from that point. Just imagine how controlling the government is trying to be. And like I said, how blessed we are in America, but we're willing to just give that freedom away, or we're getting mad at people who want to hold on to their freedom to be able to choose how they want to live their life. And then the other thing is, I feel that China is kind of using their citizens as guinea pigs, because they have been trying to use mind control as a weapon with their military, so so their soldiers would be able to set off bombs, destroy things just by thinking of it. And so they have been working on that technology for a while. Now they're trying out this technology where it's like pre-crime. If you think about something, or you think something negative about the government and they detect it, they can come get you and arrest it. Even if you haven't done anything, they could just come and take you off the street. Could you imagine living in a society like that? If you even go back to slavery, some of the slaves on their journey to America, they'd rather jump off the ship and kill themselves than to be a slave. And so when you're living in a society like that, where you cannot make your own decisions, you can't make your own choices, you are technically a slave, because someone else is choosing everything about you, even your thoughts. And if you think China's just going to stop with their citizens, you're mistaken. They're not going out here doing all this for nothing. They're using this so they can go to the next level, and then the next level, and then the next level. What that would be, I don't know, because it's just crazy just to think about that. And then the most recent thing that happened in China was with some of their citizens. There was a bank that offered a higher interest rate, so a lot of people in China went and deposited their money in that bank. Then the bank froze everyone's account. The group of people went there trying to get their money, and they went and did a protest in front of the banks, upset because they're not able to get their money, and the bank is saying, oh, we're upgrading our system, that's why your accounts are frozen. So what ended up happening, because in China they have a passport. If you have taken the vaccine and you're fine, you have I'm sorry, I forget what it's called, but you can show your phone and it has that symbol where it shows that you're not infected. What they did to kind of control the people, they turned it from black to red. Red means that you're infected. So if you're infected, you can't travel. So they couldn't get on the trains. They couldn't leave. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't go anywhere because it was showing red that they was affected. So that limited their travel, and they can get arrested because now they need to be quarantined. Imagine if we had a passport in America where someone gets mad and then now they can go ahead and say, okay, I'm just going to hit this little button to say that these people are infected, so they can't move around, they can't do anything, they can't come and go as they please. That's what's happened in China. That is what control looks like. So even though I don't agree with a lot of things, like I said, I don't agree with the actual act of killing an unborn child, but at the same time, I do respect that it's an individual choice if that's what they want to do. And I feel that on each side, they should be given all the information. If I don't have my child, what's going to happen to it? Or if I don't have my child because, financially I'm not in a situation where I could take care of another child, what's going to happen? My husband told me if I get, if I have this baby, he's going to leave me, and I'm already struggling. We're already struggling. It's just going to bring in, it's not a happy moment. Like a lot of people they show on TV, oh, I'm pregnant, everybody celebrate. No, it's, oh, I'm pregnant. Oh, what the heck we're going to do now? We don't need another child. So like I said, help people make the right choice for themselves, and never, never, never give up your freedom or voluntarily give up your freedom. And I don't mean go around threatening other people just because they don't agree with what you're saying. That is just as wrong as someone trying to tell you what you can and can't do. Stop threatening people's lives. Just like you don't want your freedom taken away to be able to say, I want to have an abortion, or women should have the right to have an abortion. Don't threaten someone else's life to breathe. You know what I'm saying? If an individual don't agree with you, that don't mean you go around threatening them. That don't mean you go around trying to take their lives or do anything like that, or make their lives any harder. No, there's ways that you can work around that by doing, you can protest, but you don't have to go around threatening people to do so. So those are the things that I don't agree with. Like I said, my freedom of choice goes back to the Bible. God gave you the right to choose, and he also said choose life. You have a choice between life and death, choose life. So, but like I said, who am I to take away your choice? Because I don't want anyone coming along taking away my choice. So I would never put that on someone else. And then when you look at China, he's taking, like I said, they're taking it to the next level of control where you can't even have your own thoughts. If you're sitting there thinking about something negative, you can be thinking about something negative that has nothing to do with the government, but then something negative is being thought in this person's head. So it must be against the government. Let's go and arrest them. Let's go reprogram them. So like I said, those are all different things, but they're the same because it's about freedom. What it looks like having freedom, and what it looks like when your freedom is no longer free to you. You're not even free to think what you want to do. And then all these people who money been taken away, and then the government, everyone else is getting upset with them because they want to protest against it. They want to use the system that they put in place to hold it against you, to control you. Now you can't, oh, you want your money, but now you can't travel. Even if they release the money, you can't go get it because now your quarantine, your vaccination status is now showing red. So it's a lot going on, and everyone needs to look at the big picture of what's really going on. It's not as simple as, how everyone is trying to make it seem. China been doing this for the longest time. China is the type of country that they do not innovate. They do not come up with ideas. They steal ideas from other countries. Even as something as simple as if you just Google China and China copy or something like that, you would see that they will copy a building from another country. They will copy a restaurant from another country. That's how China educate their people more or less. It's like try to be perfect and then try to be good at emulating something or someone else. And so, but at the same time, they want world domination. But I just wanted to put that out there as a thought. Just kind of wake up and really look at what's going on. Really look at what you're giving up when you close your eyes and say, well, I'm gonna let someone else make a decision for me. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna look at the pros. I'm not gonna look at the cons. I'm not just gonna look at it based on what I feel or how I'm thinking. I want to look at the bigger picture. How is this going to affect everyone in society? How is this going to affect everyone moving forward? You know, it's like everything. America is in bed with the enemy. America has been sleeping with the enemy for so long that they got a lot of entanglements, but it seems like they're still trying to work it out with China. But it's like I said, this isn't anything new. But I hope everyone is enjoying the rest of their day. I hope everyone is having a great day. Peace.